I'm back with another video. Today's video, if you've seen the title, it is about the type of courses I took in my PR program. So, if you see me looking over, I'm actually looking at the TV because I put the screen up to show the list of classes because I kind of forgot. It was like 3 years ago. So let's just get right into the video. So, I'm kind of going to go into detail, well, not too much detail into what each class was. So not all PR programs are created equally. This may be a gist of the classes you may take in your PR program, depending on what school you go to. Alright, so let's get started. So one of the first classes I took it had to do with history of public relations. So it may have been like 3 courses where we had to do the history of public relations. It goes in detail about how public relations started, actually, like how the press machines and different things like that. It may go into like inventions that helped modern or helped the development of print tools. So like I said, the press machine, so they may talk about electricity, different inventions along the way that helped create the press machine. They may just talk about writing itself, so might talk about hieroglyphics, even though that was picture, is still a form of writing. So then of course it comes into modern terms and modern day, and then you talk about social media, the internet, the World Wide Web, and how did that get started. Of course, Al Gore, everybody knows that. And how it was originally used for the military, and it didn't happen in the 90s. It actually happened way before that, decades before that. So your class may talk something about that. My assumption is that it will, because we live in the internet age. I had a class about the history of technology, which is kind of just what I just mentioned previously. So more history stuff. I mean, it sounds boring. It kind of is boring, but it's important, I guess, to know so you know how you got to this point. Another course I had to take was Intro to Marketing. I didn't pass that class the way that I should have, but it was still informative in the sense that it allows you to understand a little bit about how marketing works. And we looked at different little, I guess not necessarily case studies, but some of the stuff that goes with how to do marketing plans and the stuff that the marketing process. So we we actually watched videos on Coca-Cola, I believe, and how they became to who we know as Coca-Cola, as far as like talked about branding and copyright, trademark, all that marketing stuff, and how they have specific colors and typography and all that stuff. Another class that I had was organizational communications. That was actually one of my favorite courses. It's actually what inspired me to take a minor in communications. I really enjoyed that class. It just talked about organizations, whether it be workplace or just groups in itself. It didn't necessarily have to be workplace, and how there's different ways organization could be had. It could be top down, and all kind of interesting information. So we had a few writing courses on technique. So technique meaning like your writing style. So in college, in grade school they made us use MLA. I'm not sure if that is something that is done across the country, across the world. But in grade school they made us start to use MLA, and then when I got to college everything turned to APA. So in public relations they use APA. It's important to know that because you will get docked for not writing in the format that you're supposed to write in. So one of the first courses we had to take when it had to do with writing style was like an intro to journalism course or something like that, where we learned how to actually write like how you would for a news release or a news article, so we had to kind of learn how to do that. One of my courses we did case studies. It wasn't like active case studies. It wasn't active case studies. It was stuff that was in a book. I make that face because that class wasn't, I didn't really particularly like that class. It felt like, I guess the term is busy work. Like you were just doing it just to do it. It's no real purpose for that class. But we did, maybe it's different for other programs. You may do active case studies, but we would just have to write out how we would work out a problem in the event that that was our client or what have you. If that was our situation, how would we go about navigating that situation to come with a good result? Right.